कर दो. Okay, so very good evening everyone. I hope I am audible and visible to all of you. Today's session is extremely important because I am going to tell you something which is going to help you in all the papers. It is not just about sociology. It will help you in all the papers. But today I would like you guys to keep one A4 page and one pen with you on your tables. Okay? Because आज हो सकता है आप लोग को कुछ करना पड़े. Instead of me talking about something, you may have to work on something, okay, parallelly. So if you guys are ready, so I shall now begin. What you can see before yourself is a question, okay, and it's a question from previous year only, UPSC 2022 sociology paper. Specifically I'm talking about sociology here. The question was, how according to Merton are deviant subculture generated? Now the purpose should be very clear that today the idea is to understand how and in what way your papers are given marks. Okay, what is the thing that is considered and what are the things that you should consider before you start writing your answers. Okay, question is, how according to Merton are deviant subculture generated? Or if you modify the question, in our paper of LevelUp Sociology test series, we have asked the question like this: describe the process of generation of deviant subculture according to Merton. There is no difference between these two questions, both are one and the same question. Okay, now before I say anything, what you should do is to write the structure in the sense, now you should know what exactly is the demand. That is very precise thing that should be addressed before you start writing. In this question, how according to Merton are deviant subculture generated, what is important is the term deviant, subculture, and the third is generated. Now these three should be there. Remember, I'll now show you 4 answers of 4 different students, okay, and in the end I will tell you something which is very surprising. Okay, so I'm going to show you 4 different answers of 4 different candidates, and you will see what they have written and you will evaluate them. Okay, you are the person who's going to evaluate, and then you will come to know what is the kind of answer that universally would be accepted as legit answer. Okay, so let's review answers written by 4 different individuals without naming them. Okay, so I'll start with first candidate. I hope you have understood the demand of question, that is very important. Okay. So this person described R.K. Merton's views. He has written the question. Name is Mr. A. Okay. He has described that Merton generally explained deviance as mismatch or breakdown of the norms I, and this is not even properly visible. Okay, and there are some students who write like this. We should also respect the fact that there are some students who have such kind of handwriting. Okay, but let us only try to understand ki what is exactly he is trying to say. Keywords ही देख लेते हैं और कुछ नहीं तो. Merton gave the theory to analyze high crime rate in America. Fine. Wealth accumulation as the general goal of the American society. However, not everyone possess legitimate means to acquire wealth. Okay, so some wanted or some resorted to illegitimate means to acquire wealth. Okay, now see, he is in explanation mode. He is writing story. This is something that I can figure out. If you go back to the demand was, how are deviant subculture generated? That means deviance ka definition should have been there. Okay, subculture should have been explained very briefly, and then the process of generation of deviant subculture should have been also explicitly explained, but here he is writing narrative. Some narrative is going on. Okay. However, not everyone possess legitimate means. Fine. Okay. So some in America, his writing is not even properly legible. Okay. Wealth is defined and the culturally so see, what I can simply say just by looking at the answer, that his answer is not comprehensible enough. Okay, let alone being comprehensive, it is not even comprehensible. I can't understand what he is writing. So handwriting is something that is going to definitely put me off as an evaluator. I may not like the handwriting, I may not read. Why should I take the pain of reading each and every word? Okay, rather you should be working on your handwriting also now, when you know that this is not really legible to everyone. Okay, so now fine, the answer is gone, but I did not get the core idea. This is second candidate, Mr. B. Let us see how he approached it. As I told you, deviance definition should be there, subculture as an idea should be there, and the process of generation of deviant subculture clearly should be there. Let us see what he is writing. Robert Merton as a neo-functionalist is not necessary. Justify little deviant behavior for functional working of society, as it provides non-reference group for the society. I don't know what he's saying, and even if he's saying something relevant, it is not making sense to the demand of question. He should be clearly सीधा क्वेश्चन का आंसर दो, सीधा क्वेश्चन का आंसर चाहिए. ये सब घुमाई बातें होती हैं 10 मार्कर में ना. यू कांट अफोर्ड टू राइट फिलोसफी, ये वो सब. इन हिज वर्क अमेरिकन ड्रीम, फाइन, चलो ठीक है. He is sometimes, he scrutinize the process of generation of deviant subculture. Okay, now it seems that he is coming to the point. He scrutinized the process of generation of deviant subculture, although he has not defined deviance abhi tak. Okay, he has made some diagram here. When cultural defined goals cannot be attained by institutional means, it leads to deviant subculture. Fine, to attain these goals. Making some sense. Okay, that it seems he is coming to the point. Fine. For example, higher income, good college/university, better job opportunity. Fine. However, some lack the money required to get better job. So shifted to change in cultural goals, change in institutional means. In both the cases, they are shifted from conformist. Fine. Okay. Merton argued deviant are not deviant because they stand opposite to conformist. Today's conformist was deviant of past. Example, LGBTQ community ban in past, socially acceptable now. The thing is that this person is not really talking about the process of generation of deviant subculture. He is going into explanation of deviance, what deviance was, what deviance is. Okay, briefly he touched upon, but he did not elaborate it. Okay, and then he randomly fitted this diagram without explaining it. I mean, so now, as I told you, you will have to evaluate. I'll first ask you to evaluate first question, then second, and then I'm going to show you third and fourth. I'm going to show you 4 copies total, okay, on the same question. If you go back to the first question, in terms of visibility, which is the prime thing that we are concerned about, that your answer should be visible. How many marks are you going to give to this person? Visibility only, let alone content. Okay, in the scale of 10, will you give him less than 5 or more than 5? Please write your comment, okay, before I tell you or show you different answers. Okay, let us also understand the fact that many of us may be writing like this, but once we start looking at our answer from third person nazariya, then we actually come to know what should not be done. So how would you evaluate this person's answer? Just by looking at the way he has written in terms of visibility. Okay, and you know that how difficult it was for us to figure out on this big screen. So there we have A4 page. Okay, so in terms of visibility you would give less than 5. Fine, okay, ठीक है, all of you are saying less than 5. In terms of visibility, how many marks would you give to this person? I'm not talking about structure, I'm not talking about content or demand, I'm talking about visibility alone. Okay, less than 5 or more than 5? More than 5? 9? Okay, so you are saying 9 because it looks very intelligent answer. Okay, looks, that is why I said visibility. First thing that I am concerned about is visibility. Okay, acha, let us move to the third person's answer. Describe Merton's views on process of generation of deviant subculture. Mr. C. Merton explained about various social goals, cultural goals and means to reach them. A gap between goals and means which leads to deviance in society. Fine. Deviant subculture. Now he is talking about deviant subculture and then he is writing conformity also. Okay, which is factually incorrect. Conformist cannot be to deviant na. So in deviant typology there are 4 deviants. Conformists are not, they are the plus plus. Okay. So in deviant subculture he is writing conformity. Fine, let us ignore it. Then second, innovation. Here one reaches goals but not with legitimate ways. Fine. Merton explains this subculture being mostly used by low class people. Okay. Okay. Subculture mostly used by low class people, so does not make some sense. Okay, subculture is not used. Subculture, we are part of subculture. We are not used subculture. Anyhow, ritualism. People denies their goals due to over conformation towards means. Middle class families not to follow legitimate ways. Fine. He is talking about deviants. Fine. The question was process of generation of deviant. There is very subtle difference, certainly very wide difference between these two. That demand is not to write about deviants, but to write about the process of generation of deviants. Instead of writing about 4, we should explain why these 4s are produced in the first place. ये difference का एक दिख रहा है हमें डिमांड का, जो थोड़ा सा यहाँ मीट होते हुए दिख नहीं रहा है हमको. अच्छा, रिबेलियन तक ये पहुंच गए हैं. People denies both goals and means and found new goals means for them. Okay, ठीक है. Deviance in contemporary world can still be predicted on these methods. Now with which methods I don't know. Individual behavior and social behavior can be located to reduce deviance from. Now whatever he is writing here is not relevant to the demand. Okay. How many marks would you give for visibility? More than 5 or less than 5? Okay, I'm scaling only on visibility first, then we will go back. The second thing which we will scale on structure and content. Okay, how many marks would you give? More than 5, less than 5? Or only for visibility? Only visibility. 7. Okay. So you are saying only visibility, you are saying 7. Fine. Less than 5. Okay. This does not seem visible. Now let me move to the last answer. Okay, this will be the last answer on this question. So I have shown you 3. Now this will be the last. Okay. How according to Merton deviant subculture generated? Okay. Let us see what is the structure. Deviance. Result of mismatch between culturally defined goals and socially legitimate means. Culturally defined goal means material success, okay, wealth. Socially legitimate means education, talent and hard work, okay, fine. Then deviant subculture. Any group whose lifestyle do not match with mainstream society. Okay, made up definition but is making sense. Okay. Then process of generation of deviant subculture. Acha. Now he is giving an impression that he is sticking to the demand. Okay, let us see whether really he has stuck to demand or he is just giving an impression. Goal of material success is uniformly distributed. That means all of us have to be material successful, is uniformly accepted and distributed. Whereas socially approved means are not uniformly distributed. यानी पैसा सबको कमाना है, ये तो शेयर्ड है, बट पैसा कमाने के लेजिट जरिए और फैमिली पोजीशन और एजुकेशन वो बराबर शेयर्ड नहीं है समाज में. इससे क्या हो रहा है, ये कह रहा है दिस सिचुएशन क्रिएट्स स्ट्रेन एंड इंडिविजुअल्स अडेप्ट टू स्ट्रेन डिफरेंटली. डिफरेंट वेज ऑफ अडेप्टेशन क्रिएट डिफरेंट डिविएंट सबकल्चर. फिर अब वो टाइप्स ऑफ डिविएंट सबकल्चर पे आ गया. एक ये है इनोवेटर, रिचुअलिस्ट हैं जिनके पास गोल्स का उतना कोई बॉदर नहीं करते, दे आर ओनली कंसर्न्ड अबाउट मीन्स. इनोवेटर्स आर दो हु रिजॉर्ट टू इलेजिटिमेट मीन्स टू अचीव द गोल्स. रिट्रीटिस्ट ये, रिबेलियन ये. एक एग्जाम्पल तो क्रिटिसिज्म में ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट टू स्कॉलर कंक्लूजन. नाउ यू टेल मी विजिबिलिटी ऑफ दिस पर्सन. His answer is visibility. How many marks are you giving out of 10 for visibility? सर ये लास्ट वाली कॉपी आपने लिखी क्या? अरे यार ये सब छोड़ो, तुम बकवास मत करो, सीधा सीधा जो क्वेश्चन का आंसर दिया सीधा वो बताओ. जो क्वेश्चन का आंसर है वो बताओ. ये इसको कितना विजिबिलिटी आप स्केल करने वाले हो इस आंसर को? ओके 10. ओके 10. बाकी लोग 8 to 9, 7.5. ओके 8. फाइन. विजिबिलिटी 7. ठीक है. अच्छा, नाउ आउट ऑफ दीज 4 आंसर्स, you know the 4 answers fairly, and I have also attached a link in the description for you to download the PDF of this whole 4 answers. Okay, what do you think out of these 4 who actually met the demand? Demand किसने meet करी? Out of these 4 you tell me, 1, 2, 3 or 4th. सब कह रहे हैं कि 10 out of 10 because it is written by you. यार ऐसे थोड़ा ना, ऐसे थोड़ा ना, ऐसे नहीं है यार, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. आप मुझे ये बताओ, out of these 4 which of these answer do you think met the demand? 4th. ठीक है, तो Mr. D met the demand. That means what? A, B, C and D, did they have lack of content? No. A, B and C also had same content. What was the issue? The issue was structure or content? Now you tell me. Issue was structure. It is not even handwriting. Even if you have bad handwriting, but if you have structure in your bad handwriting, your bad handwriting ka bad is removed, only structure is taken into consideration. So that this shows that structure is always more important than content. So if 4 people are writing almost similar content but are not focusing on structure and demand, then 3 will lose the marks and 4th will get higher marks. And this also shows that when we are writing answers, how should we approach? We should carefully look at the question and only focus on what? Keywords. Only focus on keywords, nothing else. So in this question, if I had focused on deviant subculture generated, how? Where? If I had focused more on generated also equally, because how is generated, वो connected है. And if I was not looking only into deviant, then I would have addressed the demand. But the people who are not addressing the demand properly, or missing out थोड़ा सा इधर उधर, they are not focusing on generated word, they are focusing on deviant, and some are focusing on deviant subculture, but they are not focusing on generated word. But we should focus on this word, okay, because this will help you structure your answer. And always remember, in all these 4 answers, if you talk of handwriting, I personally liked handwriting of second person, okay. His handwriting is very nice. The issue with this person is that he is not talking straight to the point. He is making me go through the journey of Merton's theory of deviance, okay, how he showed or talked about how he justified deviant behavior, all those, without talking about deviance, because 10 marker may have to be very, very crisp, to the point, okay. He is not doing it. He could have been a good teacher, this person. He is explaining deviance. Examiner, evaluator is not interested in story. He wants answer, only answer. Okay. So he is explaining everything, how it is generated. When culturally defined goals cannot be attained by institutional means, it leads to deviant subculture to attain these goals. For example, higher income, good college, better job opportunities. However, some lack money required to get better job. So, you know, he should have simply explained here that when goals are universally shared and means are not, it automatically leads to deviant subculture ka generation, and people adapt to the strain as a result of mismatch in different ways, because of which different forms of subcultures are generated. So if I had written like this, now I would have given an impression कि I am sticking to demand, कि generation of deviant subculture, वो बार बार उस लाइन को मैं emphasize कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि वो ही डिमांड है. यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है, यहाँ पर I am giving an impression that it leads to deviant subculture. Some lack money required to get better job, so shifted to. So I'm not feeling comfortable. एक glance से मुझे नहीं पता चल रहा है. In both the cases, they are shifted from conformist or societal norms. He is feeling pressure of writing sociologically. To be very honest, he could have written very simple language. He is not writing simple language. He is घुमावing things. आप simple language लिखो. If you look into the fourth person's writing, this person is writing as if it is, ऐसा लगेगा कि GS का आंसर है. फोर्थ वाले बंदे को अगर हम देखें, एकदम ये डिवियंस है, ये कल्चरली डिफाइंड गोल मीन्स है, डिवियंस का ही जो इसने डेफिनेशन दी है, ये सब कल्चर है, और ये प्रोसेस ऑफ जनरेशन ऑफ डिवियंट सब कल्चर है. ओके, अब ये देखने में GS जैसा लग रहा है, सिर्फ स्ट्रक्चर, लेकिन आंसर मीट हो गया, मतलब डिमांड मीट हो गई. इंपॉर्टेंट ये है, क्योंकि इवेल्युएटर ऐसा नहीं देखते कि ये GS जैसा है, क्योंकि वो तो सिर्फ सोचो को ही इवेल्युएट कर रहा है, वो ये नहीं देखता ये तो GS में भी ऐसा कुछ इवेल्युएट किया था मैंने. ये हम हैं जो ऐसे सोच रहे होते हैं. हमारा पर्पस क्या है? हमारा पर्पस है कि हम कम से कम टाइम में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अपने आंसर को विजिबल करें. दिस इज आवर पर्पस. ओके, हियर यू विल सी दिस पर्सन इज यूजिंग वेरी ह्यूज फॉन्ट साइज. इसका फॉन्ट साइज भी बहुत बड़ा है. I don't know why he is doing it. Is he doing it intentionally or क्या? I don't know. But somehow he is not making me uncomfortable. Very visible. His answer is very visible. And पेज भरने की टेंडेंसी भी ना वहाँ पे खत्म हो जाती है when you are writing big size font and giving enough spacing also in between. So इस क्वेश्चन से हमने ये सीखा है कि 10 मार्कर को आप कितना एक्यूरेटली प्रिसाइसली लिख सकते हो. नाउ इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन वी आर गोइंग टू डू 20 मार्कर क्वेश्चन का अप्रोच. ओके, बट आपको ध्यान रखना है कि व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग आंसर ऑलवेज फोकस ऑन कीवर्ड्स, नथिंग एल्स. डोंट कैरी एनी बैगेज, एंड दिस यू कैन ईजिली डू if you read the question and think just for 30 seconds, not more than that. The moment you read and think for 30 seconds, trust me, those 30 seconds of thought will help you to complete the paper in 3 hours only without exceeding even a single minute, because those 30 minutes consumed would end up making you save many extra minutes which you would have taken if you would have not given thought of this 30 second initially. ये स्ट्रक्चर देता है आपको, ये 30 सेकेंड्स जब आप सोचते हो ना, ये आपको स्ट्रक्चर देता है कि कैसे लिखना है, और वो फिर आप स्मूथली लिखते जाते हो. अदरवाइज वो 30 सेकेंड्स ना दे तो हम बहुत कुछ लिख रहे होते हैं कि वो थॉट प्रोसेस बिल्डअप नहीं हुआ होता, वो रिफ्लेक्ट होता है हमारे आंसर में, ये थोड़ी सी खिचड़ी दिख रही होती है. So I hope that you fairly got an idea. If you liked this fourth and if other students also like the fourth, why do you think examiner would not like fourth? ये सीधा सा क्वेश्चन है. If all of us are liking fourth one, why do you think examiner would not like fourth one? I'm not saying कि we have to copy him or his handwriting or spacing. Now, but what we have to copy from this person is precision. Okay, that whatever he is writing, like bullseye, nothing else. Okay, so copy that from this person, and all these answers, as I told you that I will tell you something after the class. And the thing is that all these answers are written by me only, all of them. Okay, these are different answers written by me in different time points. Okay. What I wanted to emulate was that if I fit myself into shoes of some person, and you will see this kind of answers also, then how do I give an impression to the other person? When I fit myself into this shoes person, you did not like it. When I fit myself into second person, you did not like it, but when I fit myself into the fourth person, you liked it. That means it is about structure first and precision. इसको हमेशा ध्यान रखना आप, और कुछ नहीं ध्यान रखना है आपको, सिर्फ इसी को ध्यान रखना है. Okay. Okay, now if you have any question to ask me, you can, before I tell you the timing for the next session, which I am going to hold for 20 mark questions. Okay, और जहाँ तक बात टाइम मैनेजमेंट की, वो भी मैं आपको नेक्स्ट सेशन में जरूर बताऊंगा. बट if you have any question from today's session, and I'll keep conducting such sessions after every week, okay, or on weekends, I'll pick up one question from PYQ, and उसको जितना सिंपल तरीके से हम लिख सकते हैं उसको हम लिखेंगे अलग अलग 4 कैंडिडेट्स की नज़र से. Now next time I am going to make someone else write answers. I will not be writing 4 answers. I will make someone else write 4 answers, and then you will have to tell me which of them you liked. Trust me, examiner would also like that answer only, whatever is liked by you. Okay. So आज के लिए हम सेशन को यही कंप्लीट करते हैं. If you learned anything, or if you liked this idea of how to approach answer writing, you can hit like button also, and you can also hit subscribe वाला बटन. ऐसे ही करते हैं ना, YouTube पे ऐसे बोलना पड़ता है ना लास्ट में, कि ऐसे if you liked it, तो फिर वो सब्सक्राइब का बटन आता है, बेल आइकन आता है, वो भी दबा देना. फाइन. अच्छा, क्वेश्चन आपके आ रहे हैं. Hello sir, by when can we expect your PYQ analysis book to be released? Irukula, the PYQ analysis book will be out by 20th. Okay, within 4 days it will be out. For precision like fourth one, what is more important, revision or practice? See, for precision like fourth one, what is more important is first revision, definitely, that you have to revise things. But then after revision, what is more important is to give a thought to the question for 30 seconds. Those 30 seconds will make you different from others. Trust me. Once you look at the question objectively like an outsider, right now you were not in any pressure. Okay, you may think that day you will be in pressure. No, if you constantly practice PYQs now, you will see that you are not feeling that pressure anymore, because you will see repetition there. You will see that. Okay, and this is also one of the reasons why we have included many PYQ this time in test series, so that tomorrow when UPSC will give you questions, we can easily claim कि all the questions are from our test series. Eventually हमारे टेस्ट सीरीज में क्वेश्चन तो यूपीएससी से ही है, तो फिर तो बात वहीं आ गई ना. तो अल्टीमेटली देखो, फायदा आपका भी हो रहा है, हमारा भी हो गया. ठीक है, लेकिन हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है कि आपने खुद से पीवाईक्यू एनालिसिस किया और वो सोचा कि नहीं 30 सेकंड के लिए, और वहां नहीं तो कम से कम यहाँ जब आप टेस्ट सीरीज दे रहे हो तब आप सोच रहे हो कि नहीं. तो यहां अगर सोच लिया तो वहां सोचने के लिए आपको टाइम लगेगा भी नहीं, बट वो 30 सेकंड इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सोशो का कोर्स ही सब्सक्राइब किया सर. ओके ऋषभ सर, शुड वी नॉट वरी अबाउट राइटिंग आंसर्स इन जीएस मैनर एंड ट्राई टू फॉलो पैराग्राफ अप्रोच? ना, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है ऋषभ, ट्रस्ट मी. You will see people who have written answers in paragraph also getting selected. You will see people who have written in points also getting selected. That means paragraph versus points is not the debate. In both the people, if both are selected, that means there is one thing which is common, that both are writing the demand of question, nothing else. Whether you write demand in paragraph, whether you write demand in points, it does not matter as long as you are writing what is asked. But what happens when you write paragraph now, there is a tendency to write something which is not required, because you are in paragraph writing mode. This happens with many students. That is why they switch to point, so that they don't write anything irrelevant and they limit themselves to what is. तो हम सब पैराग्राफ ही तो लिखते थे बचपन से, हम सब ने ही पैराग्राफ ही लिखे, लेकिन यहाँ आकर हम पॉइंट में शिफ्ट या स्विच किए, यानी पैराग्राफ हमारे लिए वर्क नहीं कर रहा है. डज नॉट मीन कि किसी और के लिए करेगा नहीं, उसके लिए कर रहा होगा, हमारे लिए नहीं कर रहा. जिसके लिए नहीं कर रहा उसको तो शांति से स्विच करना चाहिए. उसके सामने कई सारे टॉपर्स हैं जिन्होंने पॉइंट्स में लिख कर भी सिलेक्शन ली है, क्योंकि बात वहां पॉइंट्स की है नहीं. मैं कहता हूं, ट्रस्ट मी, इफ ऑल द पीपल राइट इन पैराग्राफ्स, all the 14,000 people writing in paragraph, still only 3,000 will get called for personality test, because those 3,000 were not writing only paragraph, they also address demand. Okay, so आखिर में demand address किसने की, that is more important. So don't go for this kind of debate, point versus paragraph. हाँ, अगर सोचने में आपको ज़्यादा टाइम लगता है, जैसे विकी पूछ रहे हैं कि सर सोचने में कभी कभी 1 मिनट लग जाता है, तो लगता है कि मैं टाइम एक्सीड कर जाऊंगा. ट्रस्ट मी विकी, अगर आपने पीवाईक्यूज देखे ना, और कुछ नहीं देखने की जरूरत, कोई किताब पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं, कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं, सब जला दो, ठीक है. लेकिन अगर आपने पीवाईक्यूज देखे, आपका थिंकिंग का टाइम देखना कितना कम हो जाएगा. कि जब आप देखोगे ना, एक क्वेश्चन बार बार अलग अलग लैंग्वेज में ही पूछा जा रहा है, घुमा घुमा के, बस आपके पास ये आर्ट होनी चाहिए कि आप उस चीज़ को समझो. तब आप देखो उस दिन आपको टाइम लगता है कि नहीं लगेगा, नहीं लगेगा. अब सवाल ये उठता है पीवाईक्यू अब सब देखेंगे, ठीक है, तो लेकिन तो भी सिलेक्शन सबका नहीं होएगा. इवेंचुअली पीवाईक्यू एक सोर्स है जो आपको डायरेक्शन दे रहा है, लेकिन आगे का जो थॉट प्रोसेस है ना, वो सबका एक नहीं है. अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो सबका एक नहीं है. वो 30 सेकंड में सब एक जैसा चीज नहीं सोच रहे हैं, दिक्कत वो हो रही है. 30 सेकंड में आपको प्रिसाइज सोचने के लिए बहुत ज़रूरत है कि आप जो भी लिख रहे हो किसी को दिखाओ, और को नहीं दिखा पा रहे हो तो हमें दिखाओ. ओके, बट ये आपको हमेशा इंश्योर करना, जैसे मैंने आपको 4 आंसर दिखाए और आपने बताया भी चौथा सही लग रहा है, ओके, वैसे ही आप किसी को दिखाओगे, वो आपको बताएगा कि भाई ये वाला सही लग रहा है या वो सही लग रहा है, और वही एग्जामिनर को भी सही लगेगा. तो वो चीज़ हमें इनकलकेट करनी है हमारे अंदर. महिमा, सर एक सेशन एंथ्रोपोलॉजी का भी कराएं। ओके महिमा, अभी कराता हूँ मैं एंथ्रोपोलॉजी का भी सर को बोलकर, ठीक है। मैं तो नहीं करा पाऊंगा, करण सर को जरूर बोलूंगा मैं। रवि किरण सर, प्लीज एक्सप्लेन यूसेज ऑफ फ्लो चार्ट्स एंड हब एंड स्पोक मॉडल्स इन सोशियोलॉजी आंसर्स। रवि किरण, अच्छा बाय द वे, द as I showed you this question, okay, as it was written by all the 4 candidates, I would also like to show you that, क्योंकि इस हब एंड स्पोक मॉडल और इस सबसे मेरे को याद आया, that content for same question, okay, is there in my book also. In the book which I have just released few days back, Sociology Quick Revision book, in that book I have mentioned Merton का deviance का एक typology very briefly, where I have shown that there are individuals, क्योंकि वो डायग्राम से मुझे याद आया, इसने बात बोली तो मेरे को ध्यान आया, साथ साथ प्रमोट कर दो अपनी किताब को, कि there are some individuals and there are some socially legitimate means existing in society, education, talent, hard work, and then there are some culturally defined goals also, wealth और material possession का acquisition. अब ये जो गोल है वेल्थ को पाने का, मटेरियल पोजेशन को पाने का, ये ना कॉमनली शेयर्ड है, कॉमनली शेयर्ड, बट ये जो मीन्स है एजुकेशन, टैलेंट, दिस इज नॉट शेयर्ड इक्वली अमंग द मासेस. दिस इज क्रिएटिंग स्ट्रेन. वन थिंग इज नॉट शेयर्ड अमंग एवरीवन, this thing is shared. Goal, the idea of goal is shared. Strain, and since strain is a result of mismatch between goal and means, this is then making people react to strain in 5 different ways. Merton developed deviance typology to depict the different ways of adaptation. Okay, crime results predominantly from innovation, and यहाँ पे पूरा आ नहीं रहा है क्योंकि obviously यहाँ पे वो स्पेस नहीं है और थोड़ा वो उसका फॉर्मेट ऐसा है कि पूरा कंटेंट यहाँ पे नहीं आ रहा है. व्हाट आई हैव शोन इज कि एक माइंड मैप है ये हमारे दिमाग में. अगर हम ऐसा सोचें हम कभी नहीं भूलेंगे. अभी अगर आपके दिमाग में चले गया ना, अब आप कभी नहीं भूलने वाले हो मर्टन की डेवियंस थ्योरी कि मीन्स शेयर्ड नहीं है, गोल्स शेयर्ड है, और इस वजह से स्ट्रेन क्रिएट हो रहा है और हर इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंट तरीके से अडेप्ट कर रहा है. ये डिफरेंट सब कल्चर्स फॉर्म हो रहे हैं. सब कल्चर मतलब क्या है? ग्रुप ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स. कुछ लोग के पास मीन्स है, कुछ के पास नहीं, कुछ के पास गोल्स की वो है, जिसे कहते हैं इंपॉर्टेंस, कुछ मानते ही नहीं गोल्स को इंपॉर्टेंट, कुछ लोग रिट्रीट कर रहे हैं दोनों गोल से. तो ये डिफरेंट मोड्स ऑफ अडेप्टेशन, ये ऐसे ऐसे यूज कर सकते हो आप. ओके सर, इन क्वेश्चन लाइक describe, elaborate, explain, should we still prefer points? राजकुमार, क्वेश्चन कुछ भी हो, इल्यूसिडेट हो, इलेबोरेट हो, आपका आंसर वही रहेगा. मैं यहाँ पे ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ आपको कि पॉइंट्स में लिखो या पैराग्राफ में, बस मैं यही कह रहा हूँ जो भी लिखो वो क्वेश्चन की डिमांड पूरी करे. फॉर्मेट आपका, लेकिन डिमांड जो है वो एग्जामिनर की है. वो डिमांड आप बस पूरी कर दो किसी भी फॉर्मेट में. कौन से वाला? फ्लो चार्ट लाइक दिस. हाँ, अगर आप फ्लो चार्ट डालने लाइक जैसे आप इसको देखो, फोर्थ पर्सन को, ही डिड नॉट राइट एनी, ही डिड नॉट इंट्रोड्यूस एनी फ्लो चार्ट. ही कुड हैव, पता नहीं क्यों नहीं किया, बट he preferred writing about deviant subcultures. He could have adjusted flowchart somewhere here, but still he will be given at least 5 out of 10 minimum, okay, because he has addressed the core demand. यहाँ पे भी बना सकता है, there is enough space here. In case you introduce a flowchart, definitely you are giving a very good impression. You know different subcultures. You are basically, when you write this flowchart, I can simply write here different subcultures, deviant subcultures, okay, except conformist. They are not subcultures. These 4 are definitely. 1, innovators are deviant subculture, retreatists are deviant subculture, ritualists are, and rebellions are. Okay, these four are deviant subculture. सर बहुत बार होता है कि आई हैव लॉट ऑफ पॉइंट एंड डोंट नो हाउ टू पुट डायग्राम फ्लो चार्ट एंड व्हेन क्वेश्चन का आंसर खत्म होता है तो लगता है कि मैंने कोई भी डायग्राम डाला नहीं. डोंट वरी विकी, आप डायग्राम का प्रेशर बिल्कुल मत लो हो. ऐसा कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपको डायग्राम डालना ही डालना है. डायग्राम हमारे आंसर को एक प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहा है अच्छा, बट वो आंसर नहीं है अपने आप. आंसर इज ऑलवेज डिफरेंट. डायग्राम एक इल्यूजन दे सकता है और अटेंशन ले सकता है एग्जामिनर की, बट अटेंशन लेना इज नॉट इक्वल टू मार्क्स लेना. आप ये समझते होंगे कि हर न्यूज़ चैनल जिसका टीआरपी ज़्यादा है इसका ये मतलब नहीं उसका कंटेंट अच्छा है. टेंशन लेना इज डिफरेंट थिंग, बट कंटेंट जो है वो दैट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग. Okay, so I'll meet you guys next weekend with 20 mark question and we'll keep doing this exercise every weekend. Okay, thank you.